Clydesdales. So, before I could make a video on how to connect the... Delta, go away! Go on! Before I can make a video on how to connect the horses to the beer wagon, here's the beer wagon. I've been putting this project aside because I've been working on other stuff. But here's my beer wagon that's finished. And I am going to make, eventually I'm going to make the cases of beer. But it's just going to have to wait. Like I said, I've got all these projects going that I've been working on. But here's the beer wagon. And, dun dun dun, my 8-horse Clydesdale team. And they all have their rigging. I'm going to show you how to make the rigging and how to wire it. I did a video when I did when I showed how to dress them up. I showed how to make the different boards for the rigging, but I'm gonna make a more in-depth one because that was kind of just like a 10-minute little video. So I'm going to show you how to make the rigging. Of course, let's see. It doesn't really matter what color I use. Hold on, let me grab a color that'll be easy for you guys to see. Let's see. This orange would be good. We'll use orange. That'll be nice and easy to see. Okay. There's a pile of orange. And this, all the rigging I just did on my hook. You can use your loom, but frankly it's just easier to just use a hook. I use crochet hook. So obviously, every time you want to start a board, you go 1, 2, 3 times around so you get the 4 loops. Let's see, I probably don't have my chart anymore. I don't know where is it? Oh, sweet. I found it. Okay, so for the butt boards, which are the boards, let's just move these guys over here. We'll move the wagon. So they're butt boards. Each horse has a board right behind their butt. So this board is 12. So you're going to start with 4 loops on your hook, and then you're going to do 12 doubled bands. So you're just making a doubled chain. 2, 3, 'I'm going really fast, but basically you double band and pull it on. It's pretty simple. It's going to start to curve, so I kind of pull it out and push down with my finger to try to straighten it out, so I get it more of a straight line. Now I lost track of what number I was on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. Plus I figure I can go fast at this because if you've made your horses, you should probably know what you're doing with just simple making a chain. Again, I started talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then when you get 12 on there, so that's number 12, just make a slip knot. Again, I pull it and push down, and it kind of straightens it out a little bit. See, now it's straighter. So we're just going to make a slip knot with number 12. So, there we go. So there is a butt board. And you are going to need, let's see, well, you're going to need 8 because if you're making 8 horses. So you need 1 for each horse. So we need 8 butt boards. Then after that, you are going to make, I call it the back board. I don't know. This is the board that goes behind the 2 butt boards. Like, because obviously sorry, watching Doctor Who. Each horse has a butt board, and they're in pairs. So there's 2 butt boards, and then there's the back board that connects those 2 butt boards. So you need to make 1, 2, 3. We need 4 back boards, and you do the same thing 3 times around, so you get 4 loops. They are 17 long. And ow. I thought that was quiet enough, but now it seems like it's really loud. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 17, you're going to do a slip knot, just like we did on the butt boards. So 17. And again, try to get it as straight as you can. And then we're just going to do a slip knot on number 17. So you need, it looks like you only need 3. 1, 2, 3. But we need one behind the last horses too. So we need 4 of these backboards, because the backboard is what connects to the wagon. So the butt boards are 12, the backboards are 17, and then there are the headboards. Oh man, mosquito bite. The headboards, which are actually, I made mine in silver, they connect the 2 collars of the horses. And I made mine in silver like this. And they are the same length as the butt boards, I think, yes. So they are 12. So just do, you don't need it on the front horses, so you just need 1, 2, 3 of the headboards in silver. So you do the same thing, just in silver for the butt boards. So you do 12, and then with number 12 you just make a slip knot. So then you should have 8 butt boards, 3 headboards that are the same length as the butt boards, just in silver. Or you could do gray if you want. And then we need 4 of the backboards. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. Okay. Then the only other thing we need to make is the between boards. And they are the ones that go between the 2 horses. So there's this between board here. And what I did was 14. And again, same old, same old. You're just doing a doubled chain 3 times around. I'm going to try to get all these little videos that I've been meaning to do done tonight and tomorrow. I missed that one, so I had to pull it back out. 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to keep going. So the between boards are, how many? 14. Three, 6, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay, so see, and again, this is 14 long, but it's curvy, so I'm just going to pull it, and you just kind of pull it and wiggle it around until you can get it more straight. And then with number 14, you're going to slip knot it just like we did before. So slip knot it. So that's the between boards, and you don't need it on your first set, so you only need 3 of these. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to wire these up. You can do them not wired, but they're really flexible and they don't hold their shape as well. So I'm going to show you how to wire these up. Wow, I think the lights just flickered. So give me just a minute to get my wire out, and I will be right back. Okay. So, this is how you're going to wire these up. I have, what is this, 18 gauge, make sure it focuses, 18 gauge wire. You want copper wire. You don't want aluminum. Aluminum is too soft and it doesn't hold its shape. So this is copper wire, I think. But it's looks like silver. You try, I got this spool, it was like $3 for this big spool. You want to unspool it. You don't want to cut it yet, but you want to make it as straight as you can, especially the pointy part, the end. Now this is sharp, so this is definitely not for kids to do. If you're a kid and you're trying to do this, see if your mom or dad can help you, because it can poke you, and I don't want anybody to get hurt. But so what I do is I just unspool enough where I know I've got enough room for my hand and everything. Doesn't really matter which end you start on. I try to get it in the middle. Sometimes you kind of just weave in and out and then you just straighten it, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Okay. So you just kind of try to go as much down the middle as you can to hide the wire. And you'll think, oh, look, I'm doing really good. And then you turn it over and the whole wire is showing. So kind of go in and out. And it'll get bunched up, but that's okay. We can unbunch it. See, like that felt like it was going through and it wasn't. So you just kind of so it looks like this when I got it wired up. Then you slide it down, and then you kind of bend your wire to make it look, you want to get it the length you want. So this is the between board. So this is a little bit longer. So this is about what I would need. Of course, I do not have my pliers up here, but this is just to give you an example. So this is as straight as I got it. You might be able to actually get it up there nice and straight. I've got a couple little bends, so if you just bend the wire, there we go. So that's as straight as I'm gonna get it, and then I would just use my pliers, which I've got. It's a Leatherman, and it's got like the knives on it, like a multi-tool. It's got the knives and screwdrivers and stuff, but it opens up into pliers, and I just cut off as close as I can to this end. Like I said, I left them downstairs. I don't know why. When I grabbed the wire, I should have grabbed them. But, so you would just clip that as close as you can, and then that'll be your between board. And then I will show you how to connect all these boards together. But, so go ahead, and if you've made, again, this is the butt board, and we need 8 of those. This is the back board that goes behind the butt boards. We need 4 of these. Then you need 3 silver headboards, which are the same as the butt boards, just silver or gray. We need 3 of those, and then we need 3 of these between boards. And I made all mine white except for the headboards. So come back and do that and wire them all up. Just go ahead and do them all together. It's monotonous, but you can sit and do it while you watch TV or whatever. And then come back and I will show you how we're going to connect them. Okay, so hopefully you've made all your boards. This is kind of a quick way of showing. Oh crap, I guess I really don't want to have to make all the extra things. I'm going to throw those over there. Now, my connectors are all silver. Like at the end of my long straps that are, sorry, the long straps that go from the collar down through the harness, and then they go down through the butt strap, and then they connect to this butt board. All the connections, like I said, I use just one single silver band for each one. But I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to use blue because I figured it would be easy to see against the orange. Yeah. Need. Okay. So, we're going to imagine that this orange band is our long strap that I just said. It goes from the collar through the harness, through the butt board, and then it's going to connect to the butt board. What did I do? And then these... I should have done this before, and I didn't think about it. Okay, so when you made your long straps, you connected a single silver band, and it's just doubled. And then you just... I suppose I could just show you, since I just did it. Okay, so it's a doubled silver band, just doubled on itself. Then you're going to put it on the end of that strap, like this. I pull the black strap through it, the black band. I've got the doubled band on both my fingers. Push it through and then grab it. And basically you're making a little knot there. But we want this to be two little rings. So that's my little silver loop at the end. Just pretend this is connected to the horse. Now, the butt boards. What you're going to do is you're just going to take this doubled band, put the butt board through it. Now you're going to have a wire in here, so you got to make sure you don't hurt yourself on that wire. And you want to make sure you capture the end of it. Then you just twist it around like that. And then that'll be connected to the horse. And you just do the same thing on both sides. So I'll just do another quick one so you can see what it's gonna look like. Okay, so and then on this end it's got that little loop. I put my, well, I tried. It looks like I did every other one. I tried to put my end loops where I did the slip knots towards the middle so you wouldn't see them. But you can see this one's out, this one's a slip knot, this one's out, and this one's a slip knot back here. So apparently I just didn't pay attention to it as much as I thought. So on the other side, obviously you're going to have a horse in here. Other side, you just do the same thing. So you just put the butt board through and then twist it around. Oh, should have done the backboard. So you're going to have a horse between here. There's going to be a horse. And then there's the butt boards. These are the long straps. But I just realized we need the backboard to go on here first. So I'm going to take one of these off. So now we have a backboard that has to connect two of these butt boards. I think this is actually the wrong one. Whatever. So there'd be two butt boards. And you're going to have, basically, you're going to do this twice. Now this time, we are going to, what did I do? You're going to take, oh. You take your hook. You take a band. This is a silver band because all our connections are silver. So silver band, go 1, 2, 3 times around so you get 4 loops again. Then you're going to take another silver band, double it, and we're going to pull that onto there. And then we're going to put one side on the butt board. You're going to have one end on. One side on the butt board towards the middle. And then we're going to take the other side of that. Oops, don't drop it. And we're going to put that on the backboard. And it's going to go towards the end. So it's going to be like that. But imagine it being silver. So there's that. Then we would put our other long strap on the other end of the butt board. So you can put it in there. And then wrap it around a second time. So it looks like that. So there. So there is the long straps. There's a horse here. and the long straps are on the butt boards, or on the butt board. Then there is a single silver band with a silver band wrapped around it on one side. And then you would do the same thing on this side. You'd have another horse where you'd have, I would put it like that. Put your long strap connected to one side. Do your same thing where you go like this, 1, 2, 3. Do a doubled band. Pull that onto there. And you'd do the same thing. You'd put it down the middle. Oops, I lost that. But you'd put it down the middle of this, towards the middle, and then you'd put it on the other end of the backboard. And that holds the two butt boards together, which holds your two horses together. Like this. So there's the long straps are connected to the butt board. Long straps connected to the butt board. They're on each end. And then the backboard goes in the middle of the butt board. In the middle of the butt board. And then it's on the end, each end of the backboard. See? Okay, so there's that. Now you're gonna have your between board, which is gonna be like this. Whoops, sorry. It's gonna be between two of these backboards. So there's gonna be a backboard, then there's gonna be the headboard, like on top of it. And then there's going to be another backboard connecting the two butt boards, and then a headboard. So we're going to connect two backboards to this middle board. And you do, what did I do for that? Backboard. I did the same thing. I did the same thing with the with the silver band. 1, 2, 3. That's not right. 3 times around. Doubled band. Put that on there. So you have this shape here with a little knot in the middle. And then you put that in the middle of the backboard. Oh. No, I'm wrong. Don't do that. Sorry, this is very confusing. Okay, what do we do? Okay. First we have to put the silver band on both ends of this. So you double it. Yes, a doubled band. Pull it through the end cap of that, and you do this. You slip knot it. So you have 2 little loops that are silver. Okay, there, that's how we did it. Yeah, so there's 2 silver loops. 2 silver circles on the end of that. And you do the same thing over here. So we're going to take a doubled band. We're going to take a doubled silver. We're going to capture both these little loops here. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to slip knot a doubled silver on that end of that slip knot. So it's like this. There. So we got 2 loops of silver on this side and 2 little loops of silver on this side. And that's going to connect the 2 butt boards. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to take these loops and you're going to put that backboard like that. I feel like I should be, whatever. This is hard to explain without having, I don't want to have to make all the pieces. I'll probably just make all the pieces. Okay. Hold on, I will be right back. I'm going to make some more pieces so you can visualize what I'm doing. I'll be right back. So, I made some extra pieces, just so you can see. This is a butt board here, and then the 2 long straps that attach to the horse, and another butt board with the 2 long straps. So then you use the, wow, I put all the blue ones. Must have used them. Okay, so then you would do the 1, 2, 3, and then you take a doubled. So you've got your little, basically a loop with a knot in the middle, with a loop across the middle. That, and then you put that in the middle of the butt board and on the end of the backboard. Then with your between boards, you double a silver band and put it through the end cap, and then you're going to put that in the middle of the backboard. And then you're going to make another doubled silver and loop it onto, slip knot it onto the end of the other end of the between board. So you've got it connected here to the butt boards, connected here to the butt boards, connected in the middle to the between board. Now, to connect the other, this is the other backboard. So this is going to have another set of these butt boards attached to this, but we're going to connect this in the middle. I didn't. There we go. So it's going to be like that. But there's going to be the butt boards here connected to each end of this. I just didn't want to make a whole nother, I didn't want to make 2 more butt boards. But, so that's how it's going to look. It's going to look exactly like this, just on this end. Now, this is going to be the headboard. This is going to be the silver one. We are going to take, you grab through their little collar. You want your loop, let's see, you want the loop, you want it to be doubled, and then you're going to grab your horse and you're going to grab this way through the collar. So when you pull this through, it's going to be, I don't know the best way to explain this, it's going to be okay, so here, we're going to imagine that this so imagine that this green hook is the collar. Or the, dang, there's just no way to do this without actually doing it. Ugh. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to do it so you can see. You're going to find like the middle one. You're going to go down and up. So your hook is sideways. So you're going to see the loops. Then you're going to grab this gold band and we're going to grab it just one side like that. Now you're going to take your doubled silver and you're going to pull it through and go like that. So you have both sides on your hook. And those are going to go on your headboard, which is also going to be wired up. This one isn't wired, obviously. And you're going to stretch it out and shove one end of that headboard through that hole. like that. And it's going to go on each end. There's going to be one on this one, and then you're going to connect the other collar to that too. But you're not going to connect that other collar yet because we need to put a band in the middle of this. So we're going to do this thing where it's the doubled band with the end cap wrapped around it like that. And we're going to take no, we want it to be a little longer. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a little chain, but we're going to do it doubled. Man, that's annoying. I did the whole thing and it wasn't in focus the entire time. So what we're going to do is we're going to take two doubled bands. We're going to double this one and double this one. And we're going to essentially make a chain just like you would with a single. You're going to set them on top of each other and you're going to pull this one through the top one. And you're going to do this thing where you get the little infinity knot. But we're going to do it with doubled bands. It's a little difficult because they're doubled bands. So what I do is get one double band here, one double band here. Now you're going to take, let's see, I've got this on my pointer finger, my middle finger, pointer finger, middle finger. I'm going to take it and put one end on pointer finger, middle finger, and then this one's the middle finger and the middle finger. So you've got it around, completely around your middle finger like this. Now, then of course my phone had to ring. Okay, so we have the doubled bands, both attached to this middle finger, and one end on here and one end on here. Now you can reach through with your pinch to pinch it. You're going to reach through and grab that one. And then you're going to pull your middle finger out and let go. Nope, didn't work. I did it wrong. Okay, so you have this. You go and you pinch it. Okay, then you pull your middle finger through. So those switch places. And then you're going to have that little infinity knot. You can't really see it because it's all twisted up, but then when you pull it tight, there you go. So you essentially get the same thing as if you did this with single bands and pulled tight. You get the same thing. This video is becoming more trouble than it is worth. So you have your loops like this. Now, unfortunately, we need it to be 3 long, so we've got to do that again. You've got to double a band. Then you're going to take the 2 loops of one end of this, put it through there. Then you're going to grab that. Okay, do it again. I had it done. I had it done. Stupid phone, and it's not being focused. Okay. It's the best way to hold this. Ugh. Okay, we're going to put those 2 loops through. Then you push this through with your middle finger and grab it. There. Now you have 2 knots. And it'll be bumpy, but it doesn't matter. It's just, we just want it to be long enough so that there's some space between. Now you're going to grab your headboard, which is silver, and then these are silver. And you're going to pull 2 of these loops. You're going to pull one end down. You're going to put it towards the middle of this. And we're going to take it and twist it around that bar. So it's a little bit tighter and it won't move around. So it looks like that. Now we're going to take this other end and we're going to put it around the, where is it? Which one's which? did I do? Okay. This is one butt board, so... Okay. So, we're going to put this other end right here next to this middle part here. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put the loops there, and then just double it so it's tight. So you're going to have a bunch of loops right next to each other. So it's right in the middle. That way, if this was our next set of horses, and we can attach this collar the same way we did this collar, with the silver loops, we're going to do the same thing on this one and put it around this end. So it'll be like up a little bit, closer to their heads, and then the butts of the other horses will be in front of them. So it'll look like this. So there's the butt boards, then this is the back board, and it's got the silver bands here, and then this is the row of 3 silver bands, and then there's the silver band that holds this middle, this between board. So I really hope this makes sense, and I hope you guys can figure out what I'm trying to say. It's hard to explain. So what I would advise maybe is drawing it out on a little chart. Let me move my little horses and I can show you. This is what I did to draw out where I wanted stuff. Make sure it's focused. Okay, so this back here is the wagon. You're going to have a back board here, and then there's the 2 butt boards. So there's going to be a silver thing here, a silver thing here. Then these big ovals are the horses. Then there's the between board. Then there's a back board and a headboard above it. Then there's the butt board, and then there's silver here. Same thing up here. There's a back board and a headboard. Then the butt boards are attached to the back board with silver. Same thing up here. There's a back board and a headboard. Then the butt boards, and they're attached here. And the headboards are connected to the collars of the horses behind it and in the middle. So these between boards are going to be connected to both of the back boards and the headboards in front and the headboards in back. So there's going to be two sets of connections on both ends, basically. So that's what I did to make sure I got the things where I needed them to be. And then I did my little math, and there's my little picture, my little Clydesdale. So if that helps, do that. And again, your butt boards are 12 doubled bands long, and you need 8 of them, because you need one for each horse. The back boards are 17 doubled bands long, and you need 4 of those. The silver headboards are 12 doubled bands long, and you need 3 of those. And then the white between boards, the butt boards and the back boards are all white. Then the between boards are 14 doubled bands long, and you need 3 of those. So, if this doesn't make sense, you know, you can work out what works for you. But this is what you should end up with for your rigging. You should be able to see what I'm trying to say. So there's the back board that's going to connect to the wagon. Then there's the butt boards. There's the between board. Then there's a headboard, the back board, butt boards, between board, headboard, back board, butt board, between board, headboard, back board, butt board, butt board. So, hopefully that makes sense. And once you get that all done, then you can move on to connecting to your wagon, which is going to be the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your patience. If you can't see something in my video, I try to make sure I keep on top of where the things are in the screen. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can see everything, but if you can't, just say something in the comments and I will try to make a video to make it more clear, but I am not going to do this whole video all over again. And obviously, at this point, if you're making 8 horses and the beer wagon, you should know basic looming, so you shouldn't be having trouble with making a doubled chain. So, it would be the connections that would be difficult, but like I said, they're pretty simple. I mean, it's just a doubled band pulled through like a cat band. So, it's just about placement. And like, obviously, these are long straps. So, thanks again. I know I'm rambling now, but I want to make sure I don't get comments where I couldn't see what you're doing, or, you know. So, that's why I'm trying to go as in-depth as I can. So, thanks for watching again. And please subscribe, because I'm almost at 200 subscribers now. And I'm still working on my my original special project that I was going to do, and I ended up doing the beer wagon instead. But it'll be up. I'd say I'm going to work on it tomorrow. It might even be up tomorrow. Who knows? It depends on if I get it figured out. So, like I said, stay tuned, and then I will show you how to connect the beer wagon to the horses. So it's going to be like that. And then eventually I am going to have a video on how to make the cases of beer that go in the wagon. So, stay tuned. I also forgot to mention, I just remembered, I will be putting links. These horses are not my design. So I will put a link in my thing for how to make the horses. And, because I've had a couple people say, oh, make a tutorial on how to do the horses. Well, there's already one. I did it from someone else's tutorial. So, read the description and I will have a link to Lovely Lovebird Designs tutorial on how to make the baby Clydesdales. So, just read the description and it'll be there. Thank you.